most of your body was destroyed, but your brain was miraculously intact.
A normal teenage girl's brain, if there is such a thing.
I don't even know my own name.
I was attracted to this project initially by the character of Alita. You know, she was amazing. And I love the artwork, I love the world, I love the idea of this world where people can express themselves any way they want through the body that they choose. So in a way it was, and this was 20 years ago. Now we see where technology is taking us, and we see that we're kind of merging with our technology, and technology is changing us, and we're adapting to it as we develop it. That's the world that we really live in. So I think Alita is more timely now than it was when I set out to make it. But you know, really, it was just her. It was her innocence, and it was this idea that everybody underestimated her, and even she underestimated herself. She says, "I'm just an insignificant girl," and I love that what that message would be for, you know, for all girls, for all people, but you know, for all girls at that teenage. And I have a daughter at the time, 20 years ago. She was 6 years old. I thought, I want to make a movie for her that tells her that she can be anything she wants to be.
It's breaking down. I won't stay quiet. I won't stay quiet.
Mostly it was subtractions because Jim had written a good 3-hour movie. There was so much material in the manga, and then he added extra, just great character work. And it was something that, you know, he never just got a chance to ever just finish it. He would have figured it out eventually, but I took it on and thought, wow, it's all in there. I don't have to really change a lot. I really cut down, combined some characters, cut some action, left some characters. I added little things like the chocolate scene or something. If I was just like, I like chocolate, I thought that might be something he introduces it to. But little incidental things, nothing really major. It was already had two great authors, Koshiro and Jim. It was really about how can I keep the character front and center and not get lost in the technology or in the movie. I hadn't done a movie like that, so I really had to pay a lot of attention to the characters and to the acting, and the performances and the story.
But what you kept was the heart and soul of what I was trying to say.
Right.
So Robert actually found, like, he got like a rough sculpture. He found the sculpture that I was seeing that I hadn't gotten to yet inside it. And when he gave me back his version of the script, he had taken out almost 1/3. And I thought, I'm gonna hate this. This is gonna suck because all the good stuff will be gone. And he somehow very artfully found a way to keep everything that was important, both emotionally and visually. Which is why the film still has the spectacle, it has the strong images. You know, she takes her heart out of her body and offers it to the guy she loves, you know. That had to be in the movie, and he kept that. Yeah. And I think it was through that process that I believe that he was absolutely the right choice to direct it, because he had protected the things that made the movie worth making, I think.
You know more about me than you're saying. Who am I?
You've been given a chance to start over. Some things are better left forgotten.
We thought she died in the Great War. She's the last of her kind. If people discover her, she could be their savior. Find her.
Come here, little flea.
You know, every time Jim makes a movie, he shows you something you've never seen before. That's a hallmark of a Jim Cameron film. And when I saw the artwork he had for the 2005 version, I was blown away by this girl with the porcelain arms that are engraved and the large manga eyes. I thought, if he was going to do that in 2005, back when there was no technology for that, that's table stakes for 2019. I had to do that. And it still was cutting edge. We still had to create technology to make her a believable, real character, sitting amongst other actors in real sets, so that you buy the fantasies, you believe what you're seeing. Because it's such a fantastical story that if it's not completely grounded and utterly real, you're not going to buy it. And that was the hardest part, because that technology didn't exist. We built it over the past 3 years. No, it's very similar. What I love about this process, and I didn't realize it till I actually shot it, I love traditional filmmaking when they wear a costume. I always found that when I put a costume on an actor, sometimes within 5 minutes they'd find the character. They would start feeling it, you know? So I was curious what happens when you have no costume. Like Zapan, we just used his face, but his body was a capture suit. So it's like gray pajamas. She was all captured. And what's interesting is when you don't have a costume, you're actually more free. You're not thinking about how you look. You're doing a performance from the inside out. And you get something so free. He had that suit on for 10 minutes, Zapan. He was like, this is kind of strange. And then within 10 minutes, he was like, all right, I think I found it. Yeah. And he's like slinking around and totally free. Yeah. If he had had that real metal body, he couldn't move like that. He would be constricted. But because he was able to free up, it informed how we built the CG around him. And that's why he's a very unique character. I love the process and that it truly allows you to act from the inside out, which is what you want, and not the outside in.
But think about it another way too. The CG is, in some ways, it's like a makeup. It's like an actor acting through a makeup, like an alien makeup or some complex makeup, right? But it's also very freeing in the following way. So Rosa, when she shot it, was what, 29, 30, something like that, right? Playing a